Hello, CSEC students. Welcome to another live CSEC math class. This evening, we're going to be looking at computation. We're continuing our look at computation. We started that in the last video that we did for the paper 2, and we're continuing. It might merge into other topics because we're just dealing with a batch of similar questions, and then they're going to merge into other topics as we go along. The main focus, however, will be computation. And computation really has to do with calculation, using the basic rules of arithmetic, so addition, multiplication, subtraction, division, squaring, square root, working with brackets, the distributive law, significant figures, standard form, rounding off, that kind of thing comes under computation. In the paper 1, the computation questions, you should be able to do them without the use of a calculator. No calculators are allowed for the multiple choice paper. In the paper 2, the computation questions, you are allowed to use your calculator. However, you might be asked not to use it for a particular computation question, and in that case, they would want you to write out your working out that you would do without the use of a calculator. So you need to know how to manipulate these problems in the event that you will not have the assistance of a calculator. Before I go any further, I'm going to play the schedule of our live classes. We have 5 live PEP classes per week and 6 live CSEC classes per week. So here's the schedule. Hello, CSEC math students. I know you are busy preparing for your math tests and your CSEC exams coming up. I have a very important question to ask you. Do you like my new hat? Thank you. Now, another important question. Have you ever a math problem wrong simply because of making a mistake? I'm sure you have, as thousands of other students have. Now, in this series, we're going to be looking at the mistakes that students make with all the topics. CSEC math, we're going to look at the common errors, demystify everything, so you watch every video in this series so that you can avoid making mistakes. So stay tuned. Hello scholars, did you know that most times when students get problems wrong in mathematics is as a result of one single error or mistake? Well, this is absolutely true, and we're going to be looking at the common errors that students make in the different topics in mathematics. Know the errors beforehand, we can certainly avoid making them. Are you ready? Come on, take my hand. So let's dive right into our computation. And like I said, computation, for those who are not aware of this topic, person might be saying, what on earth is computation? What are you talking about? This is usually the very first set of questions that you will see on the paper too. The very first question, maybe question 1, perhaps question 2, but definitely question 1 is usually based on computation, and it has to do with being able to manipulate the basic operations of arithmetic, manipulate fractions, working with decimals, manipulate rounding off, writing significant figures, standard form, square root, squaring numbers, all of that good stuff. All right, I'm going to invite some of my scholars to join me on screen. I'm not sure if they're at present, but they will join shortly. Okay, so they are there. Welcome, Imani. Do you have company?
Yes, miss.
Imani, and who else is there? John. Welcome, Imani and John. All right, so let's. Oh, Amari is there as well. All right, welcome, siblings, one and all. So let's go. No, that one we just completed that. All right, so we're continuing. If you scholars remember, you should remember this is where we left off in December. Do you remember? We're doing the computation. All right, so Imani, walk me through this one then.
Okay, miss. So first, we're going to do the well, we can't divide yet, so we have to
Numerator.
do the numerator.
All right,
One
so we're
point
going to work. So you're saying you're going to work these up here first, and then you're going to work the numbers in the denominator.
yes, miss.
All right, so it's 1.5
Plus
plus
2.85.
2.8. All right, and that gives what?
Miss, and that would give us 4.35.
All right, so 5 and 8, 13, and carry the 1, so 4.35.
Yes,
All
miss.
right, and then
Miss, 4.66 minus 3.21.
all right, so we're going to work the denominator now. So 4.66 minus 3.21, and that gives what?
Miss, that gives 1.45.
Well, the question does say that we can use a calculator for this one, right? So you can do the division using the calculator. So it will be the 4.35 divided by 1.45.
Miss, I got 3.
All right, so that's a flat 3. Okay. All right, John, you're up.
Okay, miss. Find the exact value of 0.432 times 0.02 over 0.024.
All right. So we're going to multiply, right?
Yes, miss. Okay, let's multiply 0.432 times 0.02.
So tell me step by step what to do.
Okay, okay, so miss, first you're going to multiply the 2 times the 2, miss.
Mm-hmm.
That would give you 4.
Mm-hmm.
And then miss, 2 times 3 is 6.
Mm-hmm.
2 times 4 is 8.
Mm-hmm.
And 2 times 0 is 0.
Mm-hmm.
Then you're going to put a 0 in the placeholder, miss.
Do we have to do that? Are we going to multiply by the 0? Do we have to?
No, no, miss.
Do we have to?
No, miss.
Okay. What do we do from here?
Miss, what we do from there, miss? Okay.
Oh, yeah, please.
Oh, yes. Miss, you're going to put the... Miss, you're going to put back your values, miss. Miss, you... Okay, so miss, since there's, 2 decimal points...
There are 2 decimal points. What are you saying, John?
This would be 0. Wait, no. This would be 0.0864.
0.0864. Are you sure?
Yes,
How do you know where to put the decimal point?
Miss, you'd count. Miss, you'd count how many numbers are are there when for Miss, you'd count the number of the num the num the numbers that are behind the
What
that
we
are
need to count is the number of decimal places in
yes,
both numbers. So up top we have 1, 2, 3 decimal places, and 1, 2 down the bottom. So that's 5 in all. Your answer should have 5 decimal places. When we're multiplying decimals, your answer should have the total number of decimal places. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4. So we need another 0 here.
yes.
5 decimal places. All right, what do we do next?
Okay, Miss, after that, Miss, we're going to divide 0.006 0.00864 by the 0.00 by the 0.024.
Okay. All right.
Okay, Miss, will be 24 into 64. Miss. Miss. Miss, will be 24 into the
How we get 24? Or you jump to, or we get 24? How this become 24? John,
yes, Miss.
how did this become 24? What do we do when we're dividing by a decimal?
Miss, will divide the denominator by the numerator. Yes.
When you're dividing by a decimal, you need to get rid of the decimal point in the divider, the divisor. So we need to get rid of the decimal point here. It's 3 places we need to move. 1, 2, 3 for it to become 24. And we have to do the same thing to the numerator to balance things out. So 1, 2, 3, it will bring it between the 8 and the 6. So now we divide. Now we can go ahead and divide. Now that we have a 24. But you can't just jump to 24. You have to tell me how you got the 24. Because the divisor had a decimal point, we moved it by multiplying by 100. We moved 3 places to the right. We had to do the same thing to the numerator so that we didn't change the overall value of the sum. Whatever you do to one, you do to the next to balance it out. So where do we go from here now?
Miss, would you have to Miss, I don't know how to do this part.
So we just put back the decimal point. 24 into 8, we can't. 24 into 86.
Miss, 24 into 86. Miss, that goes 3 times. Oh, wait, no, sorry. No, miss, that goes 2 times.
You sure?
Yes, miss.
I'm sure it can go in there 3 times.
No,
3,
miss,
4, 3, 4 is 12.
Miss, you said 24 into 64.
86.
86.
Yeah?
Aren't you looking at the screen?
Yes, miss, I'm looking at the screen.
So don't you see it's 86?
Miss, 86.
Yes, the 8 and the 6.
So 3, 4 is 12. 3, 2, 6, and 1, 7. So that leave back 1, 4. And we carried on this 4 here. So 24 into 1, 44.
Miss, that goes 6 times.
6 times. 6 times 24 is 144. So what's our final answer?
Miss, the final answer will be 0.36.
0.36. So this here is our final answer. Amari,
Yes, miss?
you're up.
Okay, miss.
Tell me what to do.
So, miss, you would say what can go into Miss 7, miss? You'd say 21, miss.
Hold on. So tell me
Yeah.
first, what are you doing? Because this is a complex situation here. So we're working the numerator first, right?
Yes, miss.
So we're going to work this, and then we're going to divide by this, right?
Yes, miss.
So we're working 3 and 1/7
Yes,
minus 2/3. All right, so go ahead.
So, miss, the first thing you do, miss, you put a 21 under the question. Miss, because 7 times 3 is 21, miss.
Okay, so the LCM of 7 and 3 is
It's
21. Mm-hmm.
Miss, 3 into 21 goes 7 times.
Mm-hmm. And
Miss, you would put times 7.
so 2
2
times
times.
7.
Yes, miss.
Why didn't you start with the first one?
Miss,
Why
can you
didn't you
please
start
repeat?
with this? All right, so what's next?
Miss, 7 into 21, miss. That goes 3 times, so 1 times 3, miss.
Mm-hmm. Give what?
Miss 3. And Miss, you would put a minus subtraction sign.
Okay.
Miss, then you would say 3 minus 14, Miss.
Mm-hmm.
No, 14 minus 3, Miss.
Do we say 14 minus 3? That's not 14 minus 3.
3 minus 14, Miss.
Okay, so what do I put?
Miss 11.
Negative 11.
Negative 11, Miss.
Are you sure that's what we're supposed to do?
Oh no, it's fractions. Sorry, miss. You will look into what you must do.
Miss, you would put 11 over 21.
Are you sure? What about this 3 here? I don't hear you mention that 3.
Miss, you would put the 3 right beside the
You take a whole from the 3.
a whole from the 3, Miss.
So we can't take 14 from 3. We need to take 1 from this 3 here.
Yes, Miss.
Leave 2 and then do what?
Miss, you would put the 1. Miss, you would put the 1 at the 3, Miss.
I'd carry 1 here.
Yes, Miss.
No,
You carry 21 to your
we carry it as 21 over 21. The 1 whole that we're taking from this 3, we're carrying that 1 whole as 21 over 21. And so now we can add the 21 and the 3 to give what?
Miss, 21 and the 3, Miss, that's 24.
So now you can take the 14 from that.
Yes, Miss.
So how much is
Miss,
that?
that would equal to 10
Juice.
over 21, Miss.
Is that your final answer?
My juice.
Yes, Miss.
Look carefully, Amari.
Wait, no, Miss.
What else are you going to do?
Miss, you're going to
What is your final answer for that part?
Miss
Sure.
10 over 21, Miss.
Okay,
And
so
then
this 2, this whole number
something
here,
else to do.
we need to put it there.
What's my juice?
Right?
My juice.
Okay, I'm coming.
Is that it now?
Yes, Miss.
Is that it? All
Miss,
right.
you're supposed
So
to
you're done?
subtract it.
So you're done?
What subtract it?
Okay. Subtract it.
No, Miss.
You're supposed to subtract.
That's a division line. So
Division. Divide
You're
it.
supposed to divide it by 2 and 6 over 7. So we need to work that
Yes.
now. So it's 2 and 10 over 21 divided by remember this is the division. This line indicates division. Divided by 2 and 6 over 7.
6 over 7.
All right.
Miss,
So what do I do
Miss,
now?
So
What
Miss,
do I
you
do
would
now?
write. Miss, you would write back Miss, you would write it back and change the division sign to a multiplication
I would write
sign.
back what? What would I write back?
Miss, you would flip the.
no, not how you explain it. You're supposed to change it to an improper fraction. The first fraction, change it to an improper fraction.
Miss is supposed to change the first fraction to an improper fraction. Miss,
And how do I do that?
Miss, you're going to say 2 and 21 over 10. Miss. Wait, no, Miss. Sorry.
Amari, how do I change a mixed number to an improper fraction?
Miss, you're going to say Miss,
we need to multiply the 21 times 2 and add 10.
Yes, miss.
21 times 2 give what?
Miss, that's 42, miss.
Plus 10.
42 plus 10, miss, that's 52, miss.
So 52 over what?
Miss 52 over 21, miss.
Okay, and what next?
Then miss, you would put a multiplication sign
Change the division
to
to
multiplication,
multiplication. Mm.
and then you write back
And
the 2, and then you write back the 2 and 6 over 7, miss.
are you sure?
Yes, miss. Wait,
We
no,
need to
miss.
change that to an improper fraction and
Yes,
invert it.
yes,
Change it
miss.
to an improper fraction and invert it.
Yes, miss. You would
So, so 7
7,
twos
miss 7, miss 7 times 2 is 14, miss.
plus 6.
Miss, 14 plus 6, miss. That's 20, miss.
So 20 over 7. Is that what I'm to write?
Yes, miss.
No, I'm to invert it.
Oh, yeah, yes, miss. You have to invert.
So what should I write?
Miss, you,
The invert means to flip, sir.
miss, you, miss, you're going to, miss, you're going to flip it. So you're going to write 7, miss 7 over, miss 7 over 20, miss.
What do I do now?
Then you're going to say,
You can multiply them now.
miss, you're going to
Well,
multiply.
not multiply. You have to
No,
try.
reduce it first.
Reduce.
Reduce first. Reduce first.
Yes, miss.
Which numbers can cancel each other here?
Missy, 7 and 21, miss.
All right, so 7 goes into itself
One
one
time.
time, and it goes
And
into
7 goes into
21.
21 3 times, miss.
Okay, anything else can cancel?
No, miss. Wait. No, miss.
Can't 2 go into 20 and 52?
Oh, yes, miss.
I think 4 could also go into 20 and 52. So 4 into 20 goes how many times?
Miss 4 into 20. Miss, that goes. Miss 13 times.
Amari
Wait, sorry,
Chamberlain.
miss. Miss 5 times, sorry, miss.
And 4 into 52.
Miss 4.
So
Miss,
4
that's
into 5
30.
goes one time, remainder 1, and 4 into 12, 3. All right, so what do we do from here?
So miss, you're going to multiply them, miss.
So go ahead.
So miss 13 times 1, miss. That's 13.
Mm-hmm.
And then 3 times 5, miss. That's 15.
Okay. Am I done?
Yes, miss.
So that's my final answer. Thank you, sir.
Yes, miss.
Imani, back to you.
Okay, miss. First, we're going to do the division. So it's
All
2
right.
and
So
1
we
over 3.
multiply and divide before we add and subtract. So even though the addition is given first, we multiply and divide before we add and subtract. So we're going to work this part first. So it's 2 and 1 over 8 divided by 3/4.
Yes, miss. So we're going to change the whole number to an improper fraction.
All right. We're going back to the pepper. Okay, so what do we do now?
Change, so 8 times 2 is 16 plus 1 is 17 over 8.
Mm-hmm.
And then change the division sign to multiplication.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to flip the last fraction,
2.
4 over 3.
All right.
So 4 into 3 goes, 4 into 8 goes 2 times. Seventeen times 1 is 17 over 2 times 3, which is 6.
Mm-hmm. All right. Leave it in that form since you're not finished with it as yet, right?
Okay, miss.
So we have 1 and so now we're going to add 1 and 2/3 plus 17 over 6. All right. So what do I do now?
Miss, you could switch the 1 and 2 over 3 to an improper fraction.
We don't have to.
Okay. Find the denominator and the least common denominator, which is 6.
Mm-hmm.
And then 3 into 6 goes 2 times, so 2 times 2 is 4.
Mm-hmm.
6
And
into
what do I
6,
do with this one?
let's put it back beside the denomination line.
All right.
6 into 6 goes 1 time, so 17 times 1 is 17.
Mm-hmm.
4 plus 17 is 21 over 6. So
Mm-hmm.
1 and 21 over 6. Well, no, 21 over 6. And then we're going to change it to mixed number. So 6 into 21 goes 3 times remainder 4. No, 3 over 6. And then we're going to add back the 1 whole to it.
Can we cancel the 3 over 6? So what do we get?
We get 1 over 2.
All right. And now we're going to add back the 1 whole 3,
Yes, miss.
the final answer.
The final answer is 4 and 1 over 2.
Okay. Final answer 4 and 1 over 2. John,
Come in.
wake up.
Okay, miss. Okay, so this will be 3 and 1 over 4 minus 2 and 1 over 3, miss. Miss, so the 3,
Wait, no.
All right. Mm-hmm.
okay. So the 3 from the 2 would give you 1, miss.
3 from 2.
Alright, miss. Sorry, miss. Miss, 2 minus 3.
2 minus 3.
It's 3 minus 2.
Then that if you say, brethren. All right. And what next?
Okay, miss. Miss, then we're going to find the LCM of 1/4 of a quarter and 1/3, miss.
The LCM of 4 and 3, not the LCM of a quarter and
Yes.
1/3.
It's,
Okay.
miss, the LCM would be 12.
All right.
Miss, 4 into 12 goes 3 times.
Mm-hmm. So what?
And 3 and okay, miss you do 1 times 3, miss, which would give you 3. Then you put
Mm-hmm.
okay, miss, and 3 into 12 goes 4 times, miss. So 1 times 4, which is 4.
Hey, assistant.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yes, miss. And miss, after that, miss, you take 1 whole from you take 1 whole from the 1, miss, and then you bring that over as 12.
How much is left when I do that? How much is left?
Miss, 0.
All right.
Yes. And now, miss 3 plus 12.
But what do I do with that one whole?
Miss, you bring it over as 12, miss.
Oh, okay. So so what we're really doing is bringing it as 12 over 12
Yes, miss.
because one whole is any number over itself. All right. So now what we do, we add the 12 and the 3.
Yes.
All right.
Yes, miss, that's 15.
Mm-hmm.
15 minus 4
Mm-hmm.
equals 11 over 12.
All right. Am I done?
No, miss.
What next?
Miss, would be 11 over 12 divided by 1 and 5 over 6.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Miss, you then change the 1 and 5 over 6 to an improper fraction. And miss, that would be 11 over 5, miss.
Give me a minute. Let me allow Sean to come on. He's late.
Yeah, Jason. Yeah. Jason is here.
Yes. He forgot that
Good night, Miss.
on Friday we start earlier.
It's good
Good
stuff.
night,
Bye,
John,
bye.
and welcome.
Night, Miss.
All right. So remember, on Fridays it's not 8 to 9; it's 6 to 8. All right, John. Continue.
Okay, miss.
I keep going to what? Go back and do some pep work. All right. So what do we do now, John?
Miss, we're going to change the 1 and 5 over 6 to an improper fraction, miss. And that would be
So
11 over.
I write back this, right? I write back the
Yes,
11
yes,
over 12.
yes, miss.
All right.
Yes, miss. And that would, miss, and the 1 and 5 over 6 change to an improper fraction, miss. That would be 11 over 6. 11 over
So
6.
616
Yes,
plus
plus
5,
11.
11 over 6. So I'm to write the 11 over 6. Am I to write 11 over 6?
Yes, miss.
What next?
Miss, you'd put the subtraction sign, Miss.
Subtraction.
Alright, Miss.
It's a division
Miss,
sign.
Miss division. And then Miss, you change it to multiplication.
So I'm gonna rewrite the 11 over 12
Yes,
and change the division to multiplication.
yes, Miss.
And what else?
Miss, you're going to reciprocate the
Reciprocate what?
Miss, the 11 over 6, Miss.
John, tell me what
Oh,
to
wait.
do now.
Alright, Miss, you're going to reciprocate the 11 over 12.
11 over 6.
Oh, yes, Miss. Yeah.
And what should I write when I do that?
Miss, 6 over 11.
So to reciprocate a fraction means whatever is in the denominator now becomes in the numerator, and vice versa. Or some people say we flip it, we invert it. Those are other ways of saying to reciprocate. So what do I do now?
Miss, you reduce it, Miss, the 12 in Miss, 12 into 6 goes 6
Not
into
12
12.
into 6, John. Not 12 into 6.
It's this. Miss, the 6 into 12 goes 6 into 7 goes 1 time, and 6 into 12 goes 2 times.
All right. Mm-hmm.
Yes, Miss, and 11 into 12 goes 1 time, and 11,
Mm-hmm.
yes, Miss, the 2 11s cancel. So
All right. So what do I have?
Miss, a half.
All right.
If that's the final answer.
Thank you, John. Reshan, you're up.
Okay, Miss. Okay, Miss. Mm, so, Miss. Oh, okay, write it first.
Write what first? You have to tell me
Oh,
exactly
Miss,
what to do.
so
Don't
Miss,
take
first you
anything for
do.
granted.
Oh, okay. So, Miss, first you do 3.5 plus 1 and 5 over 6.
Okay.
Miss, 3. Miss, first you'd add 3 and 1, the whole numbers. Miss, that's 4.
Mm-hmm.
And Miss, you'd find the LCM, which is 6.
The LCM of what?
I Miss, 2 and 6. The
Okay.
LCM of 2 and 6, which is 6.
Mm-hmm.
Then Miss, 2 into 6. The LCM. Miss, 2 into 6 goes 3 times. Then Miss, 6 into itself, 6 goes 1
Trishan,
time.
you're
So
taking
Miss,
things for
5.
granted. Tell me step by step what to do. You said 2 into 6
What?
goes 3 times, and then my area gone to something else. What do I do with the 3?
Miss, because I usually do it and then I did it after. But so Miss, 3 times 1, Miss, which is 3.
Mm-hmm.
And then Miss, you do 6 into 6, which goes 1 times. Then Miss, 5 times 1, Miss, which is 5. So Miss, it'd be 3 plus 5.
Mm-hmm.
Then Miss, which is, so now Miss, you'd put 4. Miss, 3 plus 5 is 8. Then Miss, you'd put 4 and 8 over 6. And Miss, we can reduce that, which is 1 and 2 over 6, which is we
That's not
cancel to
reducing
1.
it. That's
Main
converting it.
factor,
That's
converting it, yeah,
converting it to a mixed number.
to a mixed number. Yes,
So
Miss.
the 8 over 6 is equal to 1
1 times
and 2 over
2
6.
over 6. And Miss, you can
No, now we
cancel
can
down the
reduce
2
the
over
2 over
6.
6 to what?
Yes, Miss. To 1 over 3. Miss,
Uh-huh.
26 goes 3 times. And then, miss, since there's the 4 there, miss, you'd add the 4 to the 1.
Okay,
And then,
so
miss,
we
the new
add the
thing
whole
would be 5.
numbers.
Yes, miss.
5
That would be
and
5 and 1 over 3.
this is our final answer.
And then, miss, you would, but miss, you have to
Sorry.
divide it by the,
Oh, that's not the final answer. Okay, so
there's
so
something
we
you have
need
to
to
divide it
divide
by
by 1 and 3/5.
1 and 3 over 5.
Okay, so
Yeah.
let me write it down here. So 5 and 1 over 3 divided by 1 and 3 over 5.
Yes, miss.
Use another color for that. All right, go ahead.
Okay, so miss, but miss, did you write it? Oh yeah,
Can you
miss,
see
you
the
write
screen?
divided.
Yeah.
Oh yes, so you write divided by 1 and 3 over 5.
You're not seeing the screen, Dreshan?
Yes, miss, but
Because I have that.
miss, I was looking at the other side. So miss, I was looking at the side of it. So miss, you would do, miss, you do 5 times, miss, the first part. Miss, you do 5 times 3, which is 15 plus 1. This is 16. Miss, you put 16 over 3. Then, miss, since you're dividing, you'd have to put a multiplication sign. Now,
So when we're
miss,
dividing fractions, we change the division sign to a
a
multiplication
multiplication.
sign.
This, miss, and now, so miss, 5 times 1, which is 5, plus 3, which is 8. And then, miss, you'd have to reciprocate it. Miss, from 5 over 8 to 5. Yeah, miss, 8 over 5 to 5 over 8.
Mm-hmm.
And then
All
miss, you
right.
can do miss 8 can go into 16 2 times,
8 into itself 1 time.
1 times. Miss 8
8
into
into
16 2
16 2
times.
times.
And now miss, since there's nothing else that can cancel out, miss, you would multiply the 2 and the 5, which is 10. And miss, 3 times 1, which is 3. Miss, it would be 10 over 3.
Mm-hmm.
Miss, you can change that to a mixed number. Miss, 10 into 3 goes 3 times. Miss, it would be 3 and 1 over 3. 3 and a third.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, miss.
Whose turn is it?
Miss, it's my turn now.
All right, Amari.
Okay, miss. Miss, you would start the numerator first, miss.
All right, so it's a 2 and 1/5
Yes, miss.
minus
1 and 2.
1 and 2/3.
Yes, miss. Miss, so miss, you would put 50. Miss, you would draw the the line. Then you would put 15.
Why am I putting 15?
Because they both can be cancelled by 15, miss.
So the LCM of 5
LCM
and
of
3
5 and 3
is
is 15,
15.
miss. Miss, 15 into 5 into 15 goes 3 times, miss. So 1 times 3, and that's 3, miss.
Okay.
Miss, you put the subtraction sign, miss. And miss, 3 into 15 goes 5 times, miss. So 2 times 5, miss, that's 10. Then miss, you would put, miss, you would have the Miss, you take a whole
Take a whole from what, Amari?
from the 2, Miss.
What 2?
Miss,
You'll have to subtract the whole.
Miss, you have to subtract the wholes first,
But you
Miss.
didn't tell me that. You should have done that first. So we need to take 1 from 2, right?
Yes, Miss.
Okay, so how much that leave with?
Miss 1.
All right.
Wait.
All right, so now tell me what you're saying now.
Miss, now you take 1 from Miss. Now you take that 1, Miss.
Why am I taking 1 from it?
Miss, because you can't say 3 from 10, Miss.
You can't say 10 from
10
3.
from 3, Miss.
So we take 1 from that 1, leaves 0, and what do we do next?
Miss, you carry. Wait. Miss, you carry that 1, Miss.
Carry the 1 here.
No, Miss.
Okay, what do I do?
Miss, you're going to have to say.
When I take the 1 from the whole and I'm bringing it over, I can't just put it as 1. I have to express it as something over the denominator. Since the denominator is 15, that 1 whole can be expressed as 15 over 15. And we're going to add it to the 3 that was there already. So
And
do
Miss,
that.
that would give you. Miss, that would give you 18, Miss.
Okay. So
Miss,
am I to write
then you'd
18?
say, Miss, you'd say 18 minus 10, Miss.
Mm-hmm.
Miss, that's 8.
All right.
Over 15, Miss.
Am I done?
Miss.
Okay, so what next am I to do?
Miss, next you would
So this 8 over 15 is the result of this here.
yes, Miss.
So what do we do next?
Miss, next you divide it by
So
4
we're
over 15.
dividing the 18 over 15, the 8 over 15, sorry, by what?
By 4 over 7, Miss.
By the 4 over 7. All right, so what do I do now?
Miss, next, Miss, you would change. Miss, you change the Miss, you'd write over the question. Miss, you
So I
change
write
the.
the 8 over 15.
Yes, Miss. You would change the division sign into a multiplication sign, Miss.
Okay.
And then, Miss, you would say 7 over 4, Miss.
So I'm inverting the 4 over 7,
Yes,
and it
Miss.
now becomes 7 over 4. Why we
Yes.
do that is to divide by a fraction is the same as multiplying by its inverse. So to divide by a half is the same as multiplying by 2.
Yes, Miss. Miss, so you'd say 4 into 4, Miss, that goes 1 time. And
Okay.
4 into 8, Miss, that goes 2 times, Miss.
Mm-hmm.
Next, Miss, wait, Miss, you don't have anything left, Miss.
So I just walk away and leave it like that?
No, Miss, you would have to say 2 times 7, Miss. And that's 14, Miss.
Mm-hmm.
Miss 14 over 15, Miss.
Okay. What else?
Miss, then, Miss, that's it.
That's it.
Yes, Miss.
Okay. All right. Thank you. All right, Imani, you're up.
Okay, miss. So first we're going to do the numerator.
So that's 3 and 1/3 plus 2 and 3/5.
Miss, so we're going to add the whole numbers first. 3
Mm-hmm.
plus 2 is 5,
So 3 plus 2, that's 5.
and we're going to find the lowest common multiple for 3 and 5, the denominators,
Mm-hmm.
which is 15.
Mm-hmm.
3 into 15 goes 5 times, so we're going to multiply 1 by 5, and that gives us 5.
Mm-hmm.
And 5 into 15 goes 3 times, so we're going to multiply 3 by 3, which is 9.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to have 14, 5 and 14 over 15.
Mm-hmm.
So now we're going to divide that by 2 and 1/5.
So this is the answer that we got from this in the numerator. But now we need to divide that answer, because remember this means divide. So divide this answer by this. Okay. So 5 and 14 over 15 divided by 2 and 1/5. Okay.
Okay, miss. So we're going to change 5 and 14 over 15 to an improper fraction, so that 15 times 5 is 75 plus 14 would give you 89 over 15.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to change the division to a multiplication,
Mm-hmm.
and we're going to change it to change 2 and 1 over 5 to an improper fraction and then invert it. So 2 times 5 is 10 plus 1 is 11 over 5, and then we're going to flip it back to 5 over 11.
Okay.
Okay, miss, so we can cancel or sorry, simplify 5 and 15. So 5 into 15 goes, 5 into itself goes 1 times, and 5 into 15 goes 2 times. So 89 times 1 is 89, and 3 times 11 is 33.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to say 89 divided by 33. 33 goes into 89 two times, and 89 minus 66 is 23. So 2 and 23 over 33.
Oops.
33.
John,
Yes, Miss. Okay, Miss. Miss, first you can to work the
John, why
bracket.
me feel like you go sleep each time?
Miss, I
Miss,
don't
I'm
sleep.
not sleeping.
Me just feel like it.
Okay. Miss, you going to first write the brackets.
All right. Give me a
One,
second. Let me check the. I'm just checking the chat. All right. All right. Go ahead. Go ahead, John.
Miss, you going to first write the brackets, Miss, which is 1 and 1
All
over
right. So we
9
work the bracket first. So 1 and 1 9 times
times
3.
over 1. Okay. So Miss, you going to change the 1 and 1 over 9 for the improper fraction, which would give you
Mm-hmm.
10 over 9
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
times 3 over 1. Okay, Miss. But Miss, am I supposed to reduce this?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Miss, so 3 into 12 goes 1 time, Miss, and 3 into 9 goes 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
So 10 over 3. Miss should be 10 over 3, Miss.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Miss, and Miss, I don't Miss, then I'm going, Miss, then we're going to work what's outside of the bracket. 4
All
and 1
right.
over
4 and 1/5 minus 10/3.
Miss, we're going to find the LCM. Yes, Miss, we're going to find the LCM of 5 and 3, which is 15.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yes. And then after that, Miss, 5 into 15, which goes, oh wait, 5 into 15 goes 3 times, Miss, which is 1 times 3, which is 3. Minus 3, so 3 into 15 goes 5 times. So 10 times 5 is 50. Minus 50.
Seems so coming outside.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Miss, so we're going to take 1 from the 4 and bring it over as 15.
What for, John?
Oh, Miss the whole number.
So you didn't tell me to put the 4 there.
Yeah. Miss, we're going to take it 3 times.
Okay.
Yes, take it.
Why you take it 3 times?
Miss, because if we take it once, Miss, it's not going to be enough. And if we
If
take,
you take it 3 times, would it be enough?
oh no, Miss, we'd have to take the entire 4.
Want it 4 times. And 4 times 15 would be what?
Miss, 4 times 15 is 60.
Okay.
60 plus 3, 63 minus 50. That's uh, okay. 13 over 15. That's the final answer.
Thank you.
Yes,
Dreshan.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So Miss
Evaluate without
10.
a calculator.
Okay. Miss, could I work it in my book or should we? Oh yeah.
No,
So Miss,
walk me through
oh,
it.
so Miss, you 10.02
Mm-hmm.
times 0.14
Mm-hmm.
So Miss first, Miss you do 4 times 2. Miss 4 times 2. And then Miss 4 times 0.
So how much is 4 times 2?
Oh, Miss 8.
Mm-hmm.
And Miss 4 times 0, which is 0. And then, Miss, when you're doing decimals, Miss, you should ignore the decimal when you're starting it. So Miss 4 times 0 again, which is 0 again. And Miss 4 times 1, which is 4. Then Miss, to start the second part, Miss should put a 0 at the bottom. Now Miss 1 times 2, which is 2. Then Miss 1 times 0, which is 0. Miss 1 times 0 again, which is 0 again. Miss 1 times 1, which is 1. Now Miss, you put 2 zeros. Then Miss should start with the 0 column.
No, we don't need to multiply by 0.
Yeah, everything's gonna be 0. But yeah. So now Miss, so when you add everything up, so 8 plus 0 is 8.
Okay, give me
2
a
plus
second.
0
Let me
is
take this
2.
call.
Okay.
Give me a second. Sorry about that. Concentration.
Okay, Miss. And now Miss 0 plus 0, which is 0.
Mm-hmm.
Miss 4 times 0. I mean 4 plus 0, which is 4. And Miss
Mm-hmm.
1. Miss, you just write the 1.
Okay.
Now Miss, since it's decimal, Miss, you look how much decimals are there. Miss, you count up decimal places. Which is
Mm-hmm.
1,
So that's
2,
1,
1,
2,
2,
3,
3,
4,
4. And this
and
4, so Miss,
what?
you do 4 places.
So the answer should have 4 places. 1, 2,
1, 2, 3,
3, 4.
4. Yes,
Okay.
it's 1.4028.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, divided. I miss you. The now is 0.7 times 50.1.
All right. So I'm going to put the 50.1 at the top.
Mm.
Times 0.7. All right. Go ahead.
So now miss 7 times 1. See the 7 times 1, which is 7.
Mm-hmm.
And 7 times 0, which is 0.
Mm-hmm.
I mean 7 times 5, which is 35.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, cool. Now miss you put a 0 and start with
Mm-mm.
this. Wait,
Mm-mm.
yeah, miss you say you don't need to since it's 0. So miss it would be 3507.
Where should I put the decimal?
Let me see, it would be 2 decimal places. Let me see, it
Okay.
would be 35. One,
All
if you
right.
put
So
it
what do
in,
I do now?
now miss you would divide them. is 1.4028. It's divided by 35.07.
All right, so 1.4028 divided by 35.07. Okay, what do I do next?
So miss, you divide them. It's 1.4028 is into 35.07. I miss, so first, this when you're dividing the decimals, this first 1.4028 is into 35, which is
It's not the top one into the bottom one. If we're using into, it will be the bottom one into the top one. So
I say it. So, it's 35.07 into 1.4028, which is so 35 1. So it's 35 into, let me see, you'd move the decimal place. You'd move the decimal places to the end.
move all of the decimal points to the end, just like that.
No, it's not all of them. Like it's like in the decimal. It's when you're dividing. You put it in like the dividing state. And if you'd move, you like move the decimals to the end, and if
This
divide
one
them.
and this one.
Yes, it's to the end.
So I would have what here?
This 1.4. You should have 1.4028.
Just like that. I just take out the decimal point.
I just only divide them. You count the decimals. Let's put them. This will be 3507.
Are you sure you're allowed to do that? To just ignore the two decimal points no matter where they are in the numbers? You
I'm just
sure
when
you're
you
able to
divide
do
them,
that?
and then I'm just when you divide them and count the decimal places and put it in.
The way I know it is when you're dividing decimals, you want to clear the decimal point in the divisor, in the bottom number. And whatever you have to do to clear it in the divisor, you do the same thing in the dividend. So I would have to move two places to clear the decimal point in the divisor. So I would move two places up here. So I would still have a decimal point up here. That's how I know it.
That's 140. This should be 140.28.
Miss, can I please use the bathroom?
Yes, Amari.
Ow.
So what would we do from there now, Dreshan?
So miss you do 35. So miss first it's 35 into 140. The first part, which
But
is
it's not just 35, Can we reduce it? I'm looking at these digits and I'm seeing clearly that
miss
there's a
you
number
can
that
do
can go into them. Look at the digits
miss 7.
clearly.
7
7.
can go into all
So
of
let's
them.
reduce it. Okay, so let's reduce it by 7. So 7 into this, that will be what?
So miss 7 into 35 first. This is 7
No.
point, but 5. What am I saying? It's 5.
Mm-hmm.
Then miss 7 into 7 is 1 times.
Come to the 0.
And 0. And 7 into 0 goes 0. Yeah.
Up here, no.
Now miss 7 into 14 goes 2 times. And I miss 7 into 0 goes 0 times. Let me 7 into 28 goes 4 times.
We have to hold
I
the
mean
space
3.
with that.
What-
4 times.
Oh yeah, it is 1. Yes.
4 times, but we have to hold the space. All right. So where else we go from there?
So Miss 20. So it's 20 points. So Miss, now you'd put the point. Miss where the denominator is.
Put the point where the denominator is.
Wait. 20 points. So Miss, you do Miss 2004 is divided by Miss 5.01.
That's not 5.01, that's 501.
501. Which is
I'm looking at the number and the numbers and I'm seeing that, all right, so we have 2000 there. I know 500 can go into 2000 4 times and 1 can go into the 4 times. So it would seem to me that the 501 can go into this 4 times, but remember there's a decimal point there. So 501 into this. So we'll still have to write by the decimal point. So it will be 0.04. Can cancel it. But I'm thinking, I remember when we were doing this in December, and I was saying to you, I don't know if you guys remember, but I was saying to you, it's probably easier for this type of question to work it at a fraction. Do you remember me saying that? Because
December.
yeah, well, I think it's either November or December when we were working the computation before we went on the little break in December. No, I was saying to you, it's probably easier to work it as a fraction. Let's see if that would have been easy. Let's say, so the 10.02 would have been what as a fraction?
Yes, that would be Miss 10 and 2 over 10.
2 over 10?
Miss 2 over 100.
All right. And then the 0.14 would be what?
And that Miss would be 14 Miss over 100.
Okay. So we would multiply those, change them to mixed numbers. So 100 times 10 is 1,000 plus 2, right?
Yes.
1,002.
So 1,002.
Is that correct? Okay.
Yes, Miss. For 100
times 14
is 14 over 100. No, Miss,
and 1,002 times 14. 14 times 2 is 28. 14 times 0 plus 2. 14 times 0 is 0, and 14 times 1 is 14. And we would divide that by, we would be dividing that by, this would be what, 10,000, right?
Yes,
so it would be that over 10,000. All right, for this part. And this part now, the 0.7 would be 710. And And 50.1 would be what? 50 and 110,
50.
right?
What?
Right?
Yes, miss.
50 and
Yes,
10.
miss.
All right, so we would have 710 times 10 times 50 is 500 plus 1. So that's 501
501. So
over
10.
10. And 7
So
times 501 would be 703
3,501
over
7. Yeah.
100.
Over 100.
So we're this by this. We would change to multiplication and invert.
This would be
So we'd have the 100
35.
at the top and the 3507 some.
Yes, miss.
All right, so these would cancel, and that would cancel two of those. Again, we're left with digits that 7 can clearly go into, right? 35, 7, 14, 28. So 7 into that would give the 501. 7 into that would give the 2004. So we end up with these numbers just that without my points.
35. Yes.
And that's in that 1, and that's into that 4, and 4. So we'd end up with 4 over 100. 4 over 100, which is what? 2 over 1 over 25.
Yes, miss.
1 over 25. Which is the same as the 0.04 here.
But as a fraction.
So that is our answer when we worked it as a decimal. That's our answer as a fraction. To me, though, I would prefer to work it as a fraction because then you can always just reciprocate, cancel, that kind of stuff.
Since it's easier
As opposed to
do.
having to divide by decimals and things like that. All right. Whose turn now? Amari? So we have half an hour to go. Ready, Amari?
Yes, miss.
So hold on, was there a
So
second part? Oh, we were supposed to find the square root of this number here. The square root of 0.749.
Square root of 0.7. I missed to find the square root.
It's weird though that a decimal would have the square root of a decimal would have three decimal places. What's the closest square number to that? What are the closest square numbers you know to 749? Perfect square numbers. So we know 20 squared is 400 and 30 squared is 900, right? So the number you're looking for would fall between 20 and 30. It ends with a 9, so you can narrow it down. It falls between 20 and 30. It ends with a 9.
Wait, Miss, it's 27. 7. Yeah. But
All
Miss
right.
Sana, but Miss, I got 729. Yes,
Okay.
I got 729.
729.
Yes, Miss.
So, oh, you said when you multiply 27 by 27?
Yes, Miss. Mm.
8 and 8. I'm not getting that. Hold on. All right, hold on. So you said 27 times 27 and you're getting 729? Okay, 729. I actually think there's an error with this. In the first place, because it's a decimal and you want a square root for it, I'm thinking it would have 4 decimal places, so that when you multiply the 2 decimal places, you would end up with 4. Because remember, we'd have to be adding the decimal places.
Oh, Miss, I got 729 again.
Yeah. All right. All right. Let's move on from this one. All right, Amari.
Okay, miss. 0.2, miss.
Which part of it are you going to work first?
Miss, miss the numerator, miss.
Okay, but we have we have a number in front and we have brackets. So we need to work the bracket first, right?
Yes, miss.
All right, so we're going to have 4 minus 2.95. So how should I set that out?
Miss,
4
miss 4,
minus,
4 minus 2.95, miss.
all right, so what do I do?
Miss, you would say,
Hmm?
miss, you would put your placeholder, miss.
Okay, so I should put zeros as placeholders there.
Yes, miss, to make it equal.
All right.
Miss, then you go over to the 4, miss.
So take 1 from the 4.
Yes, miss. Leave 3. Miss, then you bring it over. You're going to take 1 from the 10, miss, leaves 9. Then you're going to yes, miss. Then you would say 10 minus 5, miss. Then that equals to 5, miss.
Mm-hmm.
Then miss, you would say 9 minus 9, miss, which is 0, miss.
Mm-hmm.
Point 3 minus 2, miss.
Mm-hmm.
Miss 1.05, miss.
All right. So since we're dealing with decimals and they want you're not to use a calculator, so I would advise you to do what I advised Ration to do, Amari, and work it as a fraction. So we're going to have the 0.28 times 1.05. How would we write 0.28 as a fraction?
Miss 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 28 over 10, Miss.
Over 10?
Already 28 over 100.
100. Two decimal places. Times, how do we write 1.05 as a fraction?
I did 5 over 100.
Hmm?
Miss 100 and Miss 105 over 100, Miss.
Okay. All right. Can we reduce?
Um, no, Miss.
Yes.
Wait, yes,
We
Miss.
can't reduce?
Yes,
All
yes,
right.
Miss.
So reduce it.
Miss,
So what we using to reduce them?
Miss, Miss,
We can use four for these two.
yes, Miss.
4 into 28 goes,
Miss 4 into 20. Miss 7 times.
and 4 into 100,
Miss 4 into 100 was 25 times, Miss.
all right. And we can use 5 now,
Yes, Miss.
5 into 25,
Miss 5 into 25 goes 5 times, Miss.
and 5 into 105.
5 into 105, Miss, that goes. Miss 21 times, Miss.
All right, so what do we have in our numerator?
Miss, the numerator, Miss, that, so, Miss, that would be 7 times 21.
Which is,
Um, um, Miss 147.
mhm, and then,
Miss 5 times 100, Miss, which is 500.
all right, so we're going to leave this as is and then work out down here. So 0.7 is what as a fraction?
Miss 7 over 10.
Okay. And 0.14 is what as a fraction?
Miss 2.
Hmm?
Miss 14 over 100.
All right. So what can be reduced?
Um, Miss,
Um, the
Use
fourth.
2. So 2 into 10
Miss 2 into 10 goes 5 times.
and 2 into 14
Miss 2 into 14 goes 7 times. Miss.
All right. So we have what? 7 sevens
Miss, Miss, you would say, Miss 7 is 49, Miss.
and 5 times 100.
100 is 500, Miss. So 49 over 500.
So we're going to divide this by, already you can see that something look like it going cancel, don't it?
Yes, Miss.
So we have 147 over 500 divided by 49 over 500. So that means we're going to rewrite this one and invert. So 147
Over 500.
over 5 times
Let's see what. Yes, miss. And then
500.
500 over 49, miss.
So you see that it can cancel. The two
Yes.
500s are gone. You see that?
Yes, miss.
All right. 49 into 147. This
Miss.
ends with a 9. This ends with a 7. Is there any of your
Miss.
timetables where you have something times 9 give you something that ends with 7?
Yes, miss.
What? Which one?
Miss 3.
So try multiplying 49 by 3 and see if you get that.
Yes, miss.
So it's 27, 4 is 12, and 2 14. So it goes into it exactly 3 times.
Yes, miss.
So the final answer is 3. So we get a nice, round, smart number, right?
Yes, miss.
Which it may have been more tedious working with them in the decimal form. All right, so we have about 15 minutes to go, and we're back with Imani.
Yes, miss. So we're going to do 2.55 times 6.3 first.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to say 3 times 5 is 15 times, so we'll put on the 5, carry the 1 to the other
Mm-hmm.
5. 3 5's 15 and 1 is 16, so you put the 6 and carry the 1.
Mm-hmm.
3 times 2 is 6, plus 1 is 7.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to put a placeholder for the 6. 6 times 5 is 30, put down the 0 and carry the 3 to the other 5. 6 5 is 30, put down the and plus
Plus
3
3.
is 3. 33, so you're going to put down the 3 and carry the other 3 to the 2. And 6 times 2 is 5, sorry, 3 times 2 is 12, plus the 3 is 15.
Mm-hmm.
So now we're going to add them. 5 plus 0 is 5, 6 plus 0 is 6, 7 plus 3 is 10, so we put down the 0 and carry the 1. 5 plus 1 is 6, and 1 plus nothing is 1. And we're going to go 3 decimal places to the left since there's 3 decimal places in the
Mm-hmm.
numbers. Now we're going to find 7.5 divided by 1.25. Miss, so we're going to move the decimal place from 1.25, so
Mm-hmm.
that we have to move 2 times to the right to get it to 125. We're going to move 2 times to the right for 7.5 as well. So it's going
Mm-hmm.
to 750 over 125
Mm-hmm.
next, and that would give us um, 6 minutes. It goes 6 times.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're going to subtract 6 from 16.065.
Do I put the 6?
Miss, right under the 6 for the 16.
Okay, because it's 6 ones. Alright.
Yes, miss. So, um, we can just since they're in my miss, we can put the placeholders, which are zeros.
We just need
So
one.
put so 5 minus nothing is 5, 6 minus nothing is 6, and 0 minus 0 is 0.
Mm-hmm.
16 minus 6. Sorry, 6 minus 6 is 0, and put back the 1 since it's not subtracting anything. And then
Okay.
B says write your answer correct to one decimal place. So we're going to see if we can round up or down. Since 6 is greater than 5, we're going to round
So
up.
we're rounding right here, 1 decimal place, right?
Yes, miss. So we're going to
Mm-hmm.
add 1 to the 0. So it's going to give us
Mm-hmm.
10.1.
Okay, that's our answer.
Yes, miss.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome, miss.
All right,
John
so
is
John, your turn. Winding down, winding down, winding. All right, John. Without
Huh?
using a calculator, we're going to calculate this.
It shouldn't be hard. Right.
Huh?
Don't worry. Mm-hmm. 26.32 plus 38.8.
Mm-hmm. 38.8. Mm-hmm.
Okay, miss.
What do I do now?
Miss, you add it, miss.
So tell me now, John.
Okay, miss. Miss, miss the 2 plus the 0, which should give you 2, miss. Miss.
Mm-hmm.
The 3 plus 8, which would give you 11, miss, you put the 1, you bring over the 1. 6 plus 8 is 40 plus 1, which is 50. 45, bring over the 1. And 3 plus 2 is 5 plus 1, which is 6.
Mm-hmm.
Miss, and then we're going to write the bottom one, just the bottom part now.
Mm-hmm.
So 13.6.16 minus 11.56.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So it should be 6. Okay, so this 6 minus 6 is 0. Miss, we're going to go over into the ones place and take 1 from the 3, which would give 2, miss. Yes. And 11, 5 from 11, miss, which would give you 6. Okay. So miss 2 from 1, which is 1.
It's not 2 from 1, John.
Sorry. Miss 1 from 2, which would give you 1.
All right.
And 1 from 1, which would give you 0.
Mm-hmm. What next?
Okay, miss. Miss, we're going to then divide. Miss, we're going to then divide the 65.12 wait, by the 1.60, miss.
Mm-hmm.
Miss, we're going to um, miss, we're going to go for miss, we're going to move the decimal point 2 places, miss.
Why 2 places?
Miss, because it's 2 decimal points.
We're only concerned with with clearing it in the divisor.
Yeah.
We're
Then,
only concerned with clearing it in the number down the bottom. We can always have a decimal point in the dividend.
Yes.
So the divisor has one decimal place, we just need to move it one place. And it becomes 16.
Yes.
And we just need to move one place in the dividend, and that becomes what? 6, 5, 1.2.
Yes.
So let's divide that. So let me find another color for that. So we're dividing 651.2
Yes.
by 16. All right, so go now.
Okay, miss. 16 into 6. You can't miss 16 into 65, which would be 4 times.
Mm-hmm.
Remainder 1.
Mm-hmm.
16 into 11, you can't miss. Miss it be 16 into 112.
No, you have to hold the place first, sir,
Or yes, miss
and
you
put
then
back
put
your
you
decimal point.
yes, miss a 16 into 112. Right. Where is it 20? Miss would it be 16 into 100 and miss would it be 16 into 20?
16 into 112.
Okay. That would
This ends with a 2, this ends with a 6. 6 times what number would give something that end with a 2?
miss 6. Wait,
No?
miss 6 times 2.
Or, we know it's not 16 times 2, so that's out. So what
Oh,
else times 6 would give something that end with a 2?
let's do that too. Uh, uh,
Hmm?
miss 12. Wait, miss, are you talking about a low number, miss?
Yeah.
3. Miss 2.
We said it can't be 2, John, because 16 times 2 would not give 112.
Oh. Eh, uh, 16 into the
16 times what? I'm just showing you that since we know what the numbers end with, you can narrow it down. We know what the number needs to end with. 112 ends with a 2. So if you're multiplying the 16 by something, it has to be a number that when you multiply it by 6, it ends with a 2.
it's
And it cannot be just 2 because 16 does not go into 112 two times.
miss 7.
7. And this is our answer. Did it tell us to express it as anything or
No,
round it off or anything?
no, was that it? Are we done?
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
So you think?
That's it for tonight.
Because I think Amari has something to say.
Amari has something to say.
Oh,
Go ahead,
Please,
Amari.
please remember, we're not just solving math problems, we're changing lives.
All right. We're not just solving math problems, we're changing lives. And I want you to bear with Amari today. He's not feeling his perky self. Normally, when Amari says that statement, he says it with conviction and passion, right, Amari? But
Yes,
I know you're not feeling full 100 today.
no.
So remember, guys, we're not just solving math problems, we are changing lives. Thank you, Amari, and I hope you feel better soon.
Thank you, Miss.
Thank you, scholars.
Thank you, Miss.
You're welcome
Bye,
too.
Miss.
And thank you to all those who joined us in the chat. Thank you, Dinsmore, our faithful friend, Adina, Danicia, Haley. Thank you to all the persons in the chat who are posting their comments and their questions.
Bye, Miss.
Bye, Hydration. Thank you too. Hello, CSEC math students. I know you are busy preparing for your math tests and your CSEC exams coming up. I have a very important question to ask you. Do you like hats? Thank you. Now, another important question. Have you ever got a math problem wrong simply because of making one little mistake? I'm sure you have, as thousands of other students have. Now, in this series, we're going to be looking at the common mistakes that students make with all the topics in CSEC math. We're going to look at the common errors, demystify everything, make sure you watch every video in this series so that you can avoid making those mistakes. So stay tuned. Hello, scholars. Did you know that most times when students get problems wrong in mathematics is as a result of one single error or one mistake? Well, this is absolutely true, and we're going to be looking at the common errors that students make in the different topics in mathematics. If you know the errors beforehand, we can certainly avoid making them. Are you ready? Come on, take my